Hi, Wendy Stuart. How are you?
Oh my God, we're like in the previews of Thanksgiving. That's what it is, right?
Yes, yes.
The Great Turkey Day.
Yes.
Welcome everyone to If These Walls Could Talk. I am Wendy Stuart.
And I am Tym Moss.
All day long.
Yes. How are you doing?
Oh, I really need this Thanksgiving break because there's just been, what is that film? Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
Yes, exactly. That's your life.
And your life too. Right. And it's the one time where we can just inhale that tryptophan and taste the bird. Or if you're having a vegetarian Thanksgiving, put out your vegetables. But you hear what I'm saying. It's a time to gather with family and chosen family and just reflect. So yeah, I'm in my Thanksgiving countdown, especially after this week. Tim, I have to share this with you. I went to my very first Chihuahua gathering.
Oh my goodness.
Our guest is laughing over here. It was given by Pup Scouts.
I love it.
It was fabulous. And it wasn't just Chihuahuas. It was all small dogs. I think there had to be 60 of them. And
was this here in New York or in Pennsylvania?
We had this here in New York. I was invited by the amazing fitness instructor and dancer and member of the Imperial Court, the fabulous Summer Strand, whose name should be a household name because she's on the cover of any kind of costume event in New York. She always wins. She is so talented. So she invited me to this, and it was to benefit Pup Scouts and Chihuahua Nation.
My goodness.
So I told people after the election I'm joining Chihuahua Nation. But it was really, really great. All of these little dogs running around at a doggy daycare center. It was on 23rd and 1st called Happy Dog. And
Perfect.
It's, everything that you and I do is so work oriented all the time. This was completely play oriented.
Nice.
And, you know what? Nugget had a good time. And if Nugget's happy, Mama's happy too, right?
Absolutely.
So, Tim, I want to give a shout out to my amazing friend, Rose Trentman. Tim and I always get on here and complain about auditioning and the comforts of our own home because it does get tedious. This one was a piece de resistance. I had nailed this commercial and I knew it. The lighting was good. Like I had the character down and all of that. And they get back to me. Tim, you'll laugh, I'm sure. After I got done crying, I laughed. They wanted my 5 lines done in Spanish.
Oh, God.
Right. Look at you. So I called up my wonderful friend, Rose Trentman, who is a big fan of the show. And of course, a member of the Explorers Club, a member of the Imperial Court. Rose speaks Spanish. She is so adorable. I had her leave it on my voicemail and she left, the pronunciation all really slow for me. So I put my earbuds in, right? This is what we learn as actors. I played it over and over again till I had it memorized. But truth be known, everybody, it didn't sound great. So what I lacked in my pronunciation and in cadence, I used my hands. I made myself like so Spanish and so passionate. I haven't heard a thing. And we'll just and our guest is laughing. Haven't we all been there and done that? Tim, you've been you've got all these readings coming up.
Yes. Actually, my apologies for not being there in person today, but I got hit with a cold a couple days ago, and I don't want to spread it around. So I thought I'd better stay in because I've got a few readings coming up, like this weekend for Marvin from the Family Repertory Theater Company. I'm doing a short piece within a series of. He has like 4 or 5 short pieces, and I'm in one of those for Friday and Saturday night. And then on Monday, I'm in Eric Rausch's play called Mad Mel Saves the World, and I'm reading one of the main characters in that. So,
Okay, and let us not forget that we both have this screening at Stonewall for Modest Male Exposure 2, I Dream of Jeans. And then that'll be at 7:00 on Wednesday, on the Thanksgiving Eve.
That I'm not able to make because I'm cooking. I know
you. Yeah, you do your big piece.
Because I'm doing my friend's giving where I cook turkey and ham and just like everything, mac and cheese and candied yams.
And everybody just 1 year I'll make it, Tim.
Any friends of mine that's out there that is in New York and you don't have family or place to go, let me know and we'll find a seat at the table.
And they can bring something to contribute, right?
People, oh my God, there's so much food here. That's not necessary, but people are just in and out all day, and it's so much fun. Just eating and laughing and hugging and leaving, and more people coming, and it's a wonderful day.
And just and celebrating Thanksgiving and really what it's about.
But you mentioned modest male exposure too, and I forgot to mention this. A couple weeks ago, the world premiere was there at Pangea.
Yes, right here.
You and I had attended that, and I forgot to tell you how much I enjoyed Kyle's performance.
My daughter, Kyle.
Yes, was that her first time in a film? She was wonderful.
She was really wonderful because she got to play a character that was bitter. And
yes.
Nobody does bitter better than my daughter, Kyle. Sometimes I'm like, when she talks to me, it's like a Siamese cat. It's like, and you all know I love her to death, which I'm glad you brought up, Kyle. We are doing a mother-daughter thing Thursday night. We are going to Sleep No More.
Oh, good.
Because it's closing after how many years?
Huh.
So we're excited. We've both been before, but it is interactive theater. It's very scary, and we both love scary. We have that in common. Oh, and I want to take this moment to tell everyone December 7th at the Copa is the one and only 50 Shades of Gay, and all of us are in it.
Yeah. Wendy, Tim, Icavelli,
Cecily Williams, Dorothy Bishop, Maria Connor, the various people that you see us hang with, perform with, create with. We're all going to be, this is going to be like an epic show. I'm really excited about it.
Now, also, there's two more things, one from me and one from you. Mine is on December 2nd. I am going to be dropping, and you're hearing this first, on December 2nd, I'm dropping my music video. It's the Christmas music video, my video to I Love New York at Christmas.
I love it. Beautiful.
So, and at which I'm singing that song at 50 Shades on the 7th. So
this is fabulous. And the song that I'm singing at 50 Shades, well, we don't call it singing. The song that I'm performing at 50 Shades. This one I really have a hard time remembering all. It's the 12 Gays of Christmas. Yeah. So I'll do my best to remember. But Tim, I see so many performers now, and our guest today is probably going to cringe because she is a pro when I say what I'm going to say. I see a lot of performers putting stuff on their phones and reading. No. We just completely horrified her, and I horrified Tim. But we have all seen that, right?
Yeah,
I'm
no.
I can do it. I'm not a singer.
That's not performing, but
performing. It's reading your phone.
The other thing I wanted to mention was the Explorers Club. You were there the other night.
Oh my God, the Explorers Club, was so incredible. We had a photographer that specializes in aerial views of the world, and he did a book on food sourcing all over the world. So it was like, I'm going to explain this. He was like in a glider shooting pictures of herds of cows.
Wow.
It was just absolutely amazing. And I had probably 100 people in the audience, and a whole bunch of them came on my tour. For people listening, I am there Monday nights. I give the incredible tours of our 5-story mansion, and we'll tell you that not only the history of the Explorers Club, the history of exploration, and just a lot of really cool stuff. And what I don't know, in fact, I make up. I don't use the phone. There you go. There you go. Now, I'm very excited about today's guest. Tim, of course, knew this person from the world he comes from. I knew the name.
Well, we had never met until Richard Skipper's show that night.
And Richard Skipper. So we went to see the fabulous Richard Skipper. By the way, we loved the show. Was great.
Oh, it's incredible.
Richard Skipper. It's like when you hear him perform and do what he does, it's like everything's going to be okay. He should now for the next 4 years be doing one show a week and letting us a repertoire of songs.
And I guarantee Richard Skipper will never be using his phone.
Right. Richard Skipper never use his phone either. But there was this beautiful woman with, she had a hat on and style with a capital S. And then when I found out who she was, I'm like, oh my gosh, I know who that is. And then I found out that she's doing a show at Pangea tomorrow night at 7:00. Now you can catch her at the Algonquin every Tuesday. She starred in the Broadway revival of Gentlemen Prefer Blondes. She starred in the Irish Rep sold out run of Love Noel, or maybe it's Noel. I probably didn't say it. Was it? No, Love Noel. And she is, of course, major cabaret legend. Please put your hands together for KT Sullivan. Come on down, darling.
I'm so impressed with the Explorers Club. I want to go. You're there every Monday night?
Not every, but most of them.
Oh, I love these.
I will join you. I've always wanted to go.
That would be so
mansion. I was there once as a guest, and I want to go back.
We have fabulous parties and the history behind the club. I would love to have you come in. That would be
How
so
are you?
Hi, Tim. Oh my God! And here we are, all at Pangea. How perfect! I'm so happy we could get you today because your show's tomorrow.
Yes. I was last month, but I'm glad to be back. I love this room. It's a perfect square, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, it's funny that that's what you love about it. For me, it's the feeling, the acoustics and the feeling in the room.
And the intimacy. You have true intimacy.
Thank you.
You don't have someone on the side far away that can't, I say I couldn't see you or I couldn't hear you. Everyone is here.
No, thank you for saying that. And I don't feel like everyone's on, there's other spaces, and they shall remain nameless because you know who they are, where you're all on top of each other and the wait person can barely get through and the drinks are gone. And I can't stand it. I get very claustrophobic. I love this space here.
Yes, and it's warm. Like you said, it's atmosphere too. It's warm, and the waiters like the place.
Yeah, right. Well, I love that. I love the whole staff here. Is like so incredible. So yeah, this is really, really great. Now, this is funny because someone wrote on the comments when I announced that you were coming. You were at the Algonquin last night.
I was, and I'm there. I started over 2 years ago at the Algonquin. It was after the pandemic. I started playing for myself. I've always had accompanist, and Tim, I work with Mark. Now we're doing we did a Gershwin show at the Triad God, it's been 24 years and 20.
I don't know where the time goes.
I work with a lot of great pianists, but during COVID, we couldn't call for pianists and have them play. I had to play myself, and I loved finding that. And now I'm the pianist singer at the Algonquin in the lobby. No cover, no minimum. Stop by some Tuesday. I'll see you on Monday at the Explorers Club and Tuesday at the Algonquin.
There you go. We don't have to leave the Upper East Side. Oh God,
it's history.
I agree.
Oh, it is. The Algonquin's so gorgeous. And
but that's so great that you're playing there.
Well, the Algonquin they used to have the Oak Room, which you've performed in.
Yes. And that's one of the rooms I was describing when I say the perfect square. The Oak Room was the long rectangle.
Yeah. Right.
And
that's
tough. If you were at the very end,
she's right.
You're going like this, you're playing like this,
Right.
And but still someone on that end would say, I couldn't see you or I couldn't hear you. Here, unlike Pangea, where everyone's happy.
Right. No, I know. You know what? That's so important now. Your timing couldn't be better to be doing this now. We are using our creative abilities to lift people up.
We find these ways, especially I even have sing-alongs at the Algonquin. Music can bring us out of this. We have this.
Right. Music and performance can, and
absolutely.
And
forget your troubles. Come on,
get happy. So, as I tell KT, her work, the sheer amount of work, huge, and then huge. Wow. She's been everywhere. But I want to know a little bit about you. Like, where are you from?
Boggy Depot, Oklahoma.
I knew that was good.
Oh, wow.
Boggy Depot.
It's near Texas. It's nowhere. It's actually a ghost town now. But when I grew up as a one-room schoolhouse, I was in the first grade with one of the guy, and the next grade was his sister and my brother. That kind of place.
Wow.
Sitting around the stove, learning to read. That was my first 3 years. Now, my sister, who's 7 years younger, performs on the cruise ships, and she.
It's amazing.
Yeah. So she is a headliner, and her name is Heather Sullivan, and she wrote a song called Carpet Ride. She wrote it for me because we were in Boggy Depot, and I was 9 and she was 2, and we're sitting. We take this little scatter rug out from the house and put it on in the front yard, and I'm like this. And her arms around my thing. And my mother said, "What are you doing?" And I said, "We're on a carpet ride."
Of course.
So we have a photograph, which I put on the piano here when I'm at the Pangea. We'll pat the picture of us. And then later she wrote me a song. She wrote this song for me the night I opened on Broadway in Gentlemen Prefer Blondes. And she talked about I'd taken her on. And so that's the theme. And that'll be the name of my show when I'm at Crazy Cox in London. I'm doing the Queen Mary with my sister.
I love it.
And then
this is incredible.
And then going on to Crazy Cox to do a show where she's my guest star, and I sing the song she wrote. And I sing it here tomorrow night.
The two of you performing.
I
think what is, to me, you came from Boggy. What is it?
Boggy Depot.
The
stagecoach stopped there, so it's the depot.
It's a depot.
Boggy Creek, and it was the depot. Yes.
How does one? I grew up here, or Tim grew up rural, but not nearly as rural as what you're describing. I have to say, was it pretty?
Yeah, I grew up outside of 12 Mile, Indiana.
Okay, 12 Mile, Indiana.
So you know what I'm talking about.
But how does one fine tune themselves as a performer coming from there?
Well, we watch movies. Did you watch movies, Tim? We love those movies.
Yeah.
Last night I was singing, and I'll sing it tomorrow night. Give my regards to Rome. In 1914, George McCohan wrote it, and every 4th of July, even in Boggy Depot, we would watch on the 4th of July. We would watch George McCohan and
I love that.
And Yankee Doodle Dandy. And so we got an idea of New York and also 42nd Street. I mean, with the tap dancing. I would watch these films. I wanted to be in New York. Did you want to? When you're in Indiana, did you want to be in New York? This is our dream.
Kind of yes, but I wanted Broadway, definitely. Yeah,
but Broadway for sure. Broadway. He already had it honed down.
Well, that's the Mark Nadler came from Iowa, and
he's
Mark
been
Nadler.
on the show.
You don't think of him as Iowa, do you?
No,
right, exactly.
We come from different places, but we have this dream. We have the same dream.
Yeah.
But it's amazing. You said something that I think is so important. You came from this very rural area. You watched these films, and these films resonated within you.
Yep.
And you were able to identify and take yourself out of where you were.
Yes, I can do that. That song from the chorus, I can do that. I can do that. I sang, and I like to put on pretty clothes. Gowns.
Where did you as a kid even get, we have a lot of people on the show that grew up in rural areas, but this high schools had a lot of kids in them. Where did you find the opportunity to do that as a kid?
Eventually, we lived in Norman, Oklahoma, which is a little bigger. That's what the University of Oklahoma is. And so
you had
put on shows there.
You could put on real shows.
When I was really young, it was imagination. That's the carpet ride.
I love it. I love it. I wonder if nowadays kids in those places have even more opportunity because of the internet, right?
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
We have not so fanciful images. Our movies were so they were perfection, weren't they?
They were perfection.
Yes. Sometimes the internet has a lot of reality going on, which we're not sure that they should face it so young.
I agree with you. The perfection that you're talking about, it was benign. Almost all of them.
But the movies, they had so much meaning. They had it was a purpose. That they lack today.
Mm-hmm. Right. It's just a different thing, man. It's very Blade Runner to me now compared to the time that you're talking about. And I'm a big history person. So
that's why you're at the
Explorers Club. Well, because I believe we can all learn from what came before. We learn from
it, and some of us don't. That's what we learned with Dorothy Parker at the Algonquin, all those wonderful sayings. I love a martini, 2 at the most. 3, I'm on the table. 4, I'm under the host.
You're so fabulous that you can quote all of this.
Don't grow old. She's still with us, Dorothy Parker.
Yeah. Oh, well, one of the greats. I mean, absolutely one of the greats. So you you end up going to University of
Oklahoma. Then I went to California. First, I did some TV, as you probably read, the Police Squad.
Yeah.
But I always wanted to be in New York, so I eventually made it here. I was doing commercials earlier. I did a Hershey's Kisses commercial in 1980.
Wow.
And they couldn't find the girl they wanted in New York, and they chose me. They went to LA for a screen thing.
Right.
And I couldn't say I do until I've had a Hershey's Kiss. I do. And at the wedding, it was shot in New Jersey, this big wedding, and all these extras. And that woman that was in Follies, Justine Jordan. Remember Justine Jordan?
I don't.
She played my mother. She fainted when I couldn't say I do. But anyway, that's my first trip to New York. I was flown first class, TWA, and stayed at the Helmsley Palace. I thought it would be like that.
Yeah, right. I mean, that's what we call beginner's luck. How old were you when that happened?
Every day is going to be like that.
Yeah, 23 years old, blonde hair, blue eyed. I'm sure they were banging a path down.
It's hard now. Yeah, if you're blonde hair, blue eyed, it's not as easy.
Right.
We had the good timing here.
Yeah. And commercials were like I'd go against like 12 people, and I would, one call back, and I would be it. Yeah. And it was really easy. We got really spoiled.
It's going to be like that forever.
It's not the gravy train.
We have to reinvent ourselves, and I reinvented myself as a singing pianist. and I love playing Pangea and the Algonquin. And I'm going to go to Palm Springs.
My favorite place. So we know so many people
I haven't been there
there.
in 20 years.
Where will you perform? Are you performing there?
PS Underground.
Oh, okay.
I've heard wonderful. The chef is great. He's going to do this whole show around my show.
I have a lot of people in Palm Springs, so you'll have to let me know.
Yes.
All you have got to do is send me your flyer, know, and I'll make sure they all know.
Thank
Is this
you.
upcoming?
I love Palm Springs.
April 7th in Palm.
Okay, so you let me know
Springs.
in March. Yeah.
Yes. And then on December 11th, I'm doing a special benefit for the wonderful. We love our Laurie Beachman Save West Bank Cafe.
Yay!
I'm doing something for them on December 11th.
Nice.
It's a Wednesday, and we're going to raise some money. We'll keep that place alive. I saw your interview, Tim. You interviewed Jennifer Pace. Weren't you at the West Bank when you did
Jennifer, that? Yeah, at West Bank. Yeah.
That was lovely. It's sort of a setting like you have right there with photos behind you.
That's tips.
I think you were sitting at West Bank, and there was a photo of Tennessee Williams behind you, and that booth. But your place has the same kind of look. There's lovely black and white photos.
Yes, I've got. Yeah, that's me. That was from a wonderful, talented artist out in San Francisco.
Oh, I love the black and white.
And Marlene Dietrich over here, and
You're in good company, Tim Moss.
Judy Garland right there.
Judy Garland. I love it. You are in good company. I did not know about the efforts I heard mumblings to save the Laurie Beachman.
Mm-hmm.
Can you go into that a little bit?
Well,
that's important.
Yes, they've already raised over $70,000. Tom Dongord, Tom and Michael got Dongord. Yeah. They raised a lot of money the first time around. During COVID, a lot of places had benefits like the one they did for the Birdland, and there's one for York Theater, but the one for the Beachman kept them alive during COVID. Now we need to do it again because it's hard to stay alive.
Thank you for saying that.
For those that don't know the Laurie Beachman Theater,
please, Tim,
there's the West Bank at 9th Avenue and 42nd Street. There's the West Bank Cafe, and directly underneath it in the basement is the Laurie Beachman Theater, which is beautiful, nice size cabaret room.
Joan Rivers did her show there. That's where
I saw.
And the documentary about Joan Rivers, there's a scene of her going down to those caverns down below, getting to her show. She tried out her material there.
That's interesting to me. And because of this history, worth saving. I think what troubles me is the fact that the money has to be raised in the first place in a city where we've got multi-million-dollar apartments going up left and right,
and rents are going up,
going up that we don't have earmarked for the arts. Any of these venues are in trouble. Mm-hmm. They apply for money that they don't have to pay back to keep them going. We need them.
We do need them. That's what it should be. Yes,
right.
I think we're going to pull this off.
Well, fingers crossed, and thank you for your efforts. Yeah, thank you for your efforts. So you went to University of Oklahoma, and then came to New York. You were in California
LA first, and then
LA
New York.
Firstly, did you study acting or music or
general fine arts at the University of Oklahoma? I've had wonderful voice teachers. I've had wonderful acting
teachers.
You
had a wonderful
Uda
voice.
Hagen.
So, Uda Hagen.
Yeah.
I studied with her in LA. Great teachers. I've got some great Italian teachers here in New York. I'd love to sing Italian. Più bella lingua del mondo. I do some Italian in the show tomorrow night.
Oh, I love
it. Perfect language for singing because there's no final consonants.
Yes, right.
I never thought of that. You have to talk to a singer.
I never did either.
It's so easy to sing. And everyone understands the words. It's beautiful. So that was what I loved. The Italian teachers here took me on some trips to Italy. We did concerts in Bellagio. I've had wonderful trips.
You've had wonderful trips. I read your resume, and I'm like, she has been hither, dither, and yonder.
I'll keep going. I'm going to be in San Miguel Allende,
right?
For New Year's,
which is gorgeous.
My sister in Mazatlan on a cruise from Mazatlan to LA. So and then that's as long as we can. You're going to have some nice trips coming up, Tim. How exciting!
Yes. Yeah. And also, you're going to be in London.
April 7th at Crazy Cox.
Yes.
That's what Tim was talking about.
My sister will be my guest star. We'll have just got
a sister act.
And I have another sister named Stacy.
I was going to ask if there's who else is in the family.
There are 3 sisters, 5 brothers, but 3 sisters are all.
Oh, wow.
I have a brother who's a country singer that lives in Colorado. The good part of Colorado, the blue part. And he's a country singer, so his heart's in the right place. But unlike some country singers who have a different kind of heart, he has a good heart. He has a good heart. But my sister Stacy has a Peggy Lee show, and she's a great friend of. It was actually Sidney Meyer's idea that she.
Oh, Sidney Meyer's, yeah.
So that she does the show all over the world because of his idea. She said you should do a Peggy Lee concert, and she's done it at Carnegie. And we're doing a Christmas show. It's not called Christmas. It's called I Love the Winter Weather. At Birdland on December 16th.
Oh, that's important.
Great
All right.
music with Todd Murray and Jeff Harner.
I am writing that down.
yes.
I need my Christmas show. That is when December.
The 16th. It's Monday the 16th of December. It's a Christmas show. And
What time is it?
7.
Okay.
And I put on some lovely costumes.
And this is
with Stacy. I'll be with my sister, Jeff Harner, Birdland.
Jeff, yeah.
Todd Murray, Todd Murray, tall, gorgeous Todd Murray.
we haven't had him on the show, but tall and gorgeous, he fits the bill. Yeah, have him get in touch with us.
Great.
We like tall and
He
gorgeous.
plays the Bing Crosby part. We do the whole White Christmas movie in 20 minutes.
Oh my God, I love that.
It's got rumbling, lovely Bing Crosby sound.
Yeah, which is good. It's something
We
that
need- we
we
need
crave.
that.
We
We
need
need
a
it.
little Christmas. Absolutely. So 8 kids in the family, and
We're all
you
musical. My mother's musical.
who okay, yeah, that's where I'm going with this.
My mother still sings, composes, and he'll be 95 in May. She'll be performing. at Carnegie Sullivan.
How
And
wonderful.
the whole family's coming in. It's our mother's 95th birthday, so we'll all be on stage at Carnegie Restaurant on her 95th birthday, May 22nd.
That's
How
amazing.
wonderful.
Wow, that is so. This gift of voice that y'all have came from your mother.
Got the Oklahoma y'all there. Very good. She taught us music. She plays the piano, taught me piano, and that singer, composer. Celia Burke did a show about her music at Laurie Beachman. Yeah, she did Laurie Beachman. She did a show about my mother's music, and she's not even her daughter. Her music. So you think, she's her daughter. She loves her mother's music. No, but Celia Burke loves my mother's music. And you know how
So
smart
much
she
so,
is.
right, right. And 95 years
95.
old. My God, is anyone else in the family doing music?
Well, my brother.
There's
one
8 of you.
One brother's a doctor, and one is a businessman. But we all love to sing.
Right.
So we get together and sing.
It's quite interesting to me, who grew up in New York, when I meet people, because it's a no-brainer in New York. You want to do this, you want to do that. Of course, you can do anything.
Yeah.
When I meet somebody like you, and then the whole family is, you came from a very tiny place, and you're all very big.
Yeah. We get around.
Right. We get around. Right.
And
Which
you were also-
you
All
get
over places with
Yeah.
strange sounding names.
gorgeous.
So your mother was very supportive of you entering the arts.
Yeah,
She still is.
right.
Uh-huh.
Still is.
Wonderful.
And the whole family sounds like they totally support each other. Oh yeah, darling, watch your fringe over here.
Yeah.
It's
I
like
want
we-
to give you. I want to show you a picture of my mother.
Yes, yeah, you absolutely can. We want to see a picture of your
Because, see,
beautiful
when you
mother.
say 95, you think you have a vision.
I don't. I know
Well,
now
you know
age
what
is a
95
different
can
thing
be.
is. I know
You
what
know.
it can be, especially people that are musical. It's something about the performing arts that keep you really young.
Well,
Take your time. Don't even
well,
worry about it. While you're looking for that, I'm going to hold this up to the
Pangea.
camera.
That's
That
Pangea.
is our beautiful KT Sullivan, who is going to be at Pangea tomorrow night, 7:00 show. Please come and see her.
See what I mean?
Oh my God.
You see what I
Look
mean?
at gorgeous.
That photo was taken a few months ago by my sister.
this
Oh,
is
let
where
me
you-
see. Let me see.
Can-
Oh my God.
People say that. Yeah, I wanted to hear you say
she's
that, Tim. I knew
beautiful.
you'd say, oh my God.
Wait, I want to do a 2-shot. You come in there. I want you and mom together.
Yes, mom and
Yeah,
daughter.
let me do it like
There
that.
we
Yeah.
go.
There we go. We want to see your face and her
wow.
face. I can
yeah,
see the
the
similarity. Wow. Wow.
Definitely.
How cool is that? She's so
Wow.
beautiful. Look at her bone structure.
Mhm.
But it's not only that. Look at the passion in her
The passion.
face.
Yeah.
It's
It's
been
a-
her
it's a-
always.
It is.
Wow.
We created 8 children and music and poetry. And
And
she's-
8 kids.
8
That's
children.
Yeah, it's a production. It's a production.
It's a production. Like I came here, you had 2 kids here.
Yeah,
That's
right.
what you had.
do. Yeah.
I have 1 in my real life. I couldn't even cope with 2. It was too much.
It's
Your
a
mom-
lot. It's a lot.
Your mom had
I have
8.
5 stepchildren. I married a man in 99. I was
God
40,
bless you.
46, yes. And he had 5 children. So I have 5 stepchildren. I'm very close to them still. And at the time, there was 1 grandchild, and he was 3. Now he's 28 and just got married.
Wow.
See, children are the passage of time happens to children.
And they love you.
Yes,
They
I
come to you.
keep a place in Charlottesville, Virginia, so I can be with them at least once a month. I go for like a week.
Is that where you and your husband resided?
We moved there when he was ill, and it was so beautiful there in Charlottesville, Virginia. I decided to keep the place, and the kids love it. It's an 1890 mansion. I'm the front apartment in an 1890 mansion.
I have a thing for old houses.
And the rocking chairs. And I just loved it so much. It's like my house. I think it's my place in the country.
It is your place in the country.
And it's just an hour and a half away on a plane. And I can go there once a month and I have a family without having children.
No, but what a gift. You know, how many years were you married for?
22.
Wow.
And
I lost my husband this year.
Oh,
we
so
were married.
you know.
Yeah,
Okay.
I do know.
Okay.
Yeah, 38 years.
Whoa.
Yeah.
It's different.
I have one daughter, but smart you that you had a wonderful relationship with these kids because now you have a family.
It enriches your life.
It totally enriches your life. And now you can go to this wonderful country home.
Yeah.
You're right. People drive an hour and a half to their country homes.
Exactly.
You get on a plane, which you're used to doing anyway.
I love planes. I used to take the train down there, but then you lose a day. It takes a day to get there.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have the day with them rather than on a train.
Right.
Absolutely.
Because you're only 45 minutes in the air.
And they must be completely enamored of who you are and what you do. They love you, right?
It takes time. Since there are 5 of them, it took them all a different amount of time to love me.
To warm up.
Yes.
Warm up to you.
Everyone's different on a different timer.
Right.
Absolutely.
That is very well put. Everyone's on a different timer, but smart you that you got that.
Waited.
You waited. And that's not
I
easy.
push myself on
Yeah. Why is this not happening?
exactly.
Right.
It's going to happen.
Yeah, it's going to happen. You have such an incredibly positive outlook on everything that you do.
Absolutely.
Try to. It makes life is sweeter that way, and you have more reason to sing. And
wait, there's so many KT-isms here. Life is sweeter that way.
It is, and you can share it with people when they come by the Algonquin. Sometimes we'll sing it. I have a pick-me-up songs like "Blue Sky Smiling at Me" and "Look for the Silver Lining." There's so many great.
I could have used you last week so badly. I could have.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, last week.
Well, we have to definitely go.
Actually, we do have a video of you on stage. So why don't we take a quick look at that?
I'm glad you're going to see that because that is the song I sang after I lost my husband. That was the first time back at Rose Hall. There have been cabaret conventions since '89. I've been in every one of them until this one. The one before the one you're going to show. I wasn't in that one because of my husband's illness. I was in Charlottesville. But when I came back, I sang this song, and you can see why it'll be important to you too.
Yes, it will be.
Okay.
And that's why we chose this one,
we
and not
on.
knowing any of this. It's instinctive.
Now you know.
Yeah.
Well, let's take a look at KT Sullivan.
Thank you.
When the children are gone and we sit at the window looking out at the feet passing by. When the children are gone and there's only you and I. All those years that we've wished for, these moments of peace, can they now become more than a bore? When the children are gone, will we love each other more? When the children are gone and we lie down together, reaching out for that closeness we thought was once there, will there be something left besides cartons of long outgrown dreams and sweet memories of them we can share? When the children are gone, will we look at the space left behind and go on as before, or will we wish we had given them more? When the children are gone, will we say our goodbyes and go on no more wise than before? Or have we got some surprises in store? When the children are gone, will we turn to each other with the warmth of a lover? Can it be we've had so much more in store? Can a lullaby become a love song when the children are gone? That's by a friend of mine who happens to be here this evening, Vivian Wolsk. Thank you. Words and music. Thank you, Vivian.
The city. Gorgeous.
Wow. I'm telling you now.
Do you not love the lyrics to that?
And the
Yes. Who was the pianist? Because I was so captivated with you, I didn't even see.
That's Jed Disler.
At gmail.com.
Okay, I think I've got it here.
Okay.
In case you're wondering what we're doing, Tim, she has one in particular she'd like to have played.
Which I sang at Rose Hall, Lincoln Center.
Oh, okay.
35th annual cabaret convention. It was the 33rd actually, but when my husband had just passed away. And so I sang the song and people hadn't seen me in a few years because of COVID for one thing.
Right.
But the other reason my husband was not with us anymore. And he's such a part of our community. And a great supporter.
And he was a great, and he was a performer as well.
He was not, which is kind of nice. He came from a musical family. His mother played the piano also.
So he totally got you.
He got me.
Right.
So this.
So you're sending the link over to.
We emailed the link to Cameron. This is high tech here. Now I'm sending him a text.
But that was an absolutely stunning performance.
I'm glad you like that. It's a sweet little song. But my husband belonged to they were singing family. They weren't so much soloists, but he really got what I did. Now this is when I wore red at my wedding, and you'll see how beautiful my husband is. There I was.
See, hold on. Okay, I'm just texting our
Here
producer.
we are coming down the aisle.
Thank you, Cameron. I hope. Oh my God!
Can you see that?
Oh my goodness!
Wow.
See, there's my beautiful husband. You think, right?
Okay, and I have to put on glasses, please.
Okay, let
me. What a handsome man.
There's Martin out at the piano.
Gorgeous you.
Martin, yeah.
Gorgeous you.
That was the
Look
National
at
Arts Club.
Oh, I was just in touch with them. That's funny because my husband, who passed away, was an artist, and I was talking to them about doing a show for him.
Wonderful.
So that's so funny that you mentioned.
About that.
Oh, totally. Yeah, we all have to stay in touch
I
with
love the National
everything
I
about
just did
each other.
an evening there the night before the election. We were all so positive.
Long
the most
ago,
beautiful
and then
night.
so far
Oh
away.
my God! It was like the pendulum swaying from good. Oh,
Yes, right.
It was such a beautiful night.
It's a
Well,
beautiful
I
night.
was at a bar with a couple of my friends, and my chihuahua.
Yeah.
That's
You gotta have a
what.
chihuahua.
In case you have a chihuahua.
No, I said you got to have one.
You got to have a
friend.
chihuahua.
Have a friend.
You got to have your chihuahua
My
with you.
My favorite aunt had a chihuahua, and I love chihuahuas.
There you go. But you don't have a chihuahua
No.
yourself because you travel
I
too
travel
much.
too much.
Absolutely travel too much. You talked about the pandemic before. What was that like for you, who performs everywhere? All of a sudden,
Yeah,
boom.
well, that's why I had time to learn how to play the piano. It takes time.
But someone like you is not going to let the pandemic keep
Well,
them down.
I was playing for my husband for one thing, and his illness almost corresponded exactly with the pandemic. So I was able to play for him.
Mine did
Oh,
also.
interesting. So
Cancer.
I was able to be with you, and you too, be with him all the time. No, I mean, I didn't miss much work.
Right.
I was with him all the
You were
time.
supposed to be with them. That's why.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep, absolutely.
And I'm on the 40th
Right.
floor of Manhattan Plaza.
Oh, I love it.
So it's a
I know
nice place
exactly
to be.
where
Everything
you
can be
are.
delivered.
Right.
Mhm,
I
yeah.
don't wanna be in Boggy Depot. Right.
No, you don't want to be in Buggy Depot when you've got friends all around
so many
you
friends.
there.
We couldn't see each other as much, but I could learn chords. Me and my piano. Another show I have is called My Piano and Me. That's you have your chihuahua, I have my piano.
Right.
And I play piano and play chords, and it's endlessly fascinating. My teacher, Alex Leonard, said that the good news is there are only 12 keys. The bad news is there are 12 keys.
Yes, right.
The possibilities are endless.
You never played prior to this, really?
My mother taught me as a child, so I love.
So you
I
had
played
a
I played
sense
the
of it.
notes and I played some classical pieces, but playing for yourself is very different. The chords,
Yes, yes.
as my teacher teaches me, Alex Leonard, what to leave out. The most important thing is what to leave out. Since you're singing, you don't have to play everything. When you're
Yeah, you can have that little break in between.
Spaces,
Yeah.
tacits are wonderful.
I think what I love most about what you're saying is you don't have to be dependent on someone accompanying you. If
Right.
right, that's what we learned during the pandemic.
Yes.
Right.
And not buying an extra ticket, an extra hotel room, and not being able to see anyone. You can play for yourself. What a liberating.
Yes,
feeling.
and you absolutely. Tim, you play the piano, right?
Yes, I do. Yeah. I've accompanied myself many times. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not for a while, but yeah.
Well, you
Good
probably
skill.
studied a little more during the pandemic. What did you do during the pandemic to amuse yourself?
Oh, a little of everything, readings and
Readings.
everything. So much online. Everything was
I
online.
noticed in a play of yours recently. Someone told me, "Oh, I know Tim. I was in his play." You're a playwright.
I'm an actor. I'm a singer. I do all kinds of things. So
well, we keep busy. The pandemic could not get us down.
Absolutely not. I
We're
conceived of this show during the pandemic.
Okay.
I was sitting with Tim out in front under a heat lamp. Remember how? And
that's how we got this show.
They were shut down in here. I'm like, there's no reason why we can't do a show in there. My PR person represented so many people, big names, rock stars. They're all home. Nobody could do anything.
Yeah, so we
just all stay home.
Yeah, we can do it more intimately here on this thing off the screen.
Well, right, but that's how we came up with the idea. Let's start streaming everyone there. They were like sitting ducks at home, and we all did these shows online. What did we call them? Variety shows. I have never. These people are all singers. How I got in the wave of this is well beyond me. I'm a comedian. That's what I do. I can sing to it or whatever. But all of a sudden, I had to open up a Venmo account. So people could tip me. And I'm like, who's going to tip me? Why would anybody tip me? And they're like, no, you need to do it. And we'll run your Venmo at the bottom of the screen. I have to tell you, I almost did turn into an alcoholic doing those shows because I was so nervous. The technology and the whole thing was so foreign to me. And you know what truth really still is? I would keep a bottle of wine next to me. I'd go through half of it during the show, waiting for when it was my turn, and you used to have to hit. This was not that long ago. How the hell did we ever survive this? We drank more. That was
we
our
found a way to get through it.
I have to ask you this intimately because although my husband was not a performer either, Alan was my rock for 38 years.
The rock.
And I went through, let's just say, his transition with him. He had lung cancer and he didn't die of that. He died of pneumonia. But you have a chance to acclimate when the person is sick. You're going, so you can do that prep. But it's the afterward. I gave a lot of parties. That's what I did. I had to do that. That I needed to be surrounded because I wanted a support group and could not find one that met in person.
Friends.
That's what we did. And Cecily said that to me. She said, you don't need a support group, Wendy. We were at Julia's spa the night he passed. She said, what do you need a support group for? Just take a look around. Right. And we're your support group. You turn to friends as well.
I did. I have some very close friends. I used to give parties with my husband. So I find, I'm the opposite of you, I cannot give parties anymore.
Interesting, right?
So now I go to other people's parties.
But did you go to other people's?
But I go to the Algonquin. It's my party every week.
I was there. I was going to say that to you. I got what you did. That's your party. Right.
Because I miss doing it with my husband. He was the perfect host. He always found out what people want to drink, who should meet whom. He
knew how to do that. Right.
I don't want to do it without him.
Exactly.
So half my stuff went to Charlottesville. So it's not as. I have a much more streamlined apartment now in New York. It's very New York. And all my little antique stuff can go in the 1890 mansion downstairs.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense.
So now now I'm not so cluttered. No parties. It's a simpler life. But every Tuesday, all hell breaks loose at the Algonquin. I
love it.
We have to go. That's every Tuesday.
I am so going to be there. I'm so going
Tim, let's you and I make a plan to go together.
Perfect. But firstly, I think they're ready for it with the I think. Cameron, are you ready for the with the video?
I think.
So let's take a look at Casey.
Thank you, Cameron.
Thank you, Cameron. This is for Wendy.
Thank you.
She'll know what I'm going through in this.
KT Sullivan.
Hello, young lovers, whoever you are. I hope your troubles are few. All my good wishes go with you tonight. I've been in love like you. Be brave, young lovers, and follow your star. Be brave and faithful and true. Cling very close to each other tonight. I've been in love like you. fly down the street in a trance, to fly down the street on the chance that you meet, and you meet, not really by chance. Don't cry, young lovers, whatever you do. Don't cry because I'm alone. All my memories are happy tonight. I've had a love of my own. I've had a love of my own like yours. I've had a love of my
That's it.
Beautiful,
Thank you,
beautiful. Cameron, thank you so much for that. My
Thank you,
God,
Cameron. That one says it
the
all.
level of emotion.
Wow.
Right. And that was your first time back.
My first time back after the pandemic, and so that was a good.
Wow.
Now we have
Wow.
we're continuing with our cabaret convention. Used to be at Town Hall. Remember those days, Tim, when it was at
The town hall.
Yeah.
We're at Rose Hall. We've been there since 2005.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I think it was last year was jazz at Lincoln Center.
Yes, it's been there since
Yeah.
2005.
Oh, 2005. Okay.
We went back to Town Hall once in 2015, but other than that, they've all been at Rose Hall.
Mhm.
The sound is so great there. It's a beautiful theater. And when Donald Smith passed away in 2012, he asked me before he died. He asked me if I would head the cabaret convention.
And now you're the head of the cabaret
Convention
convention.
Foundation.
Wow.
I never thought of myself as an administrator. Actually, I'm artistic director, which is nicer, isn't it? Not artistic.
We like that. It's
I'm
not the
still
word
artistic.
artistic.
Yeah, I'm still artistic.
It doesn't use the word administration.
No, we have a managing director named Rick Meadows, and he's stage manager. He does that kind of thing. That's not my thing.
Right.
And then someone else who's great at the computer, like Cameron. He's great at the computer. He can do all that stuff.
Yes.
But I'm the artistic director, and I love doing it because I love the singers and I love the songs.
Right.
So I can.
That's
pick
very
out,
obvious.
I like picking out the right song for someone and
Uh-huh.
putting together a show. So I like to do that as a little girl with my brothers and sisters, and now I do it at Lincoln Center.
Right.
It's what I do.
Come on, how cool is that? That's really amazing.
That's
You know, you have to have a book about your life.
People say that.
I am
sometimes.
completely fascinated
Okay.
by, the
Okay.
amount that you've done it and where you've done it and all over the world. And now you're performing with your sister.
Yes.
This is not a
Both of-
regular
yeah,
life.
No, I'm my one sister on December 16th, I hope
Right.
to come to Berlin, and the other sister in April at Crazy Cox in London.
But that
so it is a nice life. It is a
Yeah,
nice
it's,
life.
Oh
a,
my
it's a
God.
really terrific life.
But you have just managed to go through so much in your life with
Thank
such
you, Tim.
grace, with such grace and sophistication,
Right.
Thank you.
and just
Exactly.
such beauty. Yeah.
Thank you.
Right, exactly. And to me, it's like the fact that you will take lemons and make it into the sweetest lemonade no matter what, even if it's
Uh-huh.
the loss of a
Oh,
partner.
sure.
I come from the exact
You
same
know.
place.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's people that are like, this is what I hate. How are you?
I
I feel right.
What do you say?
I'm like, you know what I say? This is so totally obnoxious. Why don't you go look on Facebook and you can see how I am?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that completely
Yeah.
shuts them
Yeah.
up because we have to go
We're
on.
busy.
We're busy and
Yeah.
it's not busy work,
No,
creating
no.
busy, happy.
You're living life.
You're
Yes.
living life. Exactly. You're going to be performing in San Miguel, you lucky dog, you. This is your first time.
Yes, I've been to San Miguel. I have a friend who's a wonderful artist. I have his art on all my walls. Lived there for 15 years because his landlord had paid him so much money to leave his lovely apartment in Chelsea that he was able to build a home in San Miguel.
Yeah.
His name is Edward Swift, and he wrote a book called Splendora, which I starred in that musical out at Great Bay Street. Remember Splendora? And he also wrote a book called Christopher Park Regulars. And we did a photo shoot once at Julius's bar with all the bras hanging.
Oh,
behind
yeah.
it.
Oh, my God.
And Julie Halston was there, and
Julie, yeah.
We've had some great times with and Stanley's going with me to San Miguel because he goes there at least once a year to see his friend Edward, and I don't want to be
everyone has friends there.
It's nice to have a friend traveling with. We're meeting in Dallas and flying to.
I totally agree with you. When Ellen was getting ready to transition, I went to Alaska myself.
Okay, good.
I hired very good-looking guides when I got there. But on the cruise, and I've talked about this a bunch, the single blonde woman became the pariah to the other couples and the families.
That's right. You're after a husband.
There was many. Well, of course, then I went to the Friends of Dorothy meeting, which was all the gay men. I picked up you would have done that. Right. We picked up our posse early on, so I was fine. But I never was that person, the single, alone. It was very weird. Older couples who would talk to me, like in their 80s, they would, oh, come sit with us, dear. But it was a very weird thing.
Much more fun. Gay men are much better company. Even though I do have 2 widow friends. Well, the widows get our groups together too. You got to have widows.
I have a bunch of widow friends.
2 widow friends are coming to the show tomorrow night. We're having dinner out here in front.
Yay! Oh my God! Get the black linguine, by the way.
The black linguine is wonderful.
Oh my God! It's so incredible with the
I like the bolognese too.
The bolognese. That's I know. Marvin's back there now. He's probably hearing me say this. I'm going to check in with him
and the little sliders are nice, aren't they? Little sliders.
The sliders were really good too.
And the shrimp cocktail's wonderful.
Yes.
Right. The shrimp
cocktail is good. Yeah.
Yeah. Totally out of this.
Always the case in cabaret.
When you do your 5-year plan, where do you see yourself?
I want to do the Mabel Mercer Foundation. Donald Smith had it until he was almost 80. I think I'll be 85 before I give this up. My friend Kitty Carlisle says she started giving her age.
Kitty Carlisle.
I turned 70 last year, and I celebrated in London in my show. I started giving age when I turned 70 because Kitty Carlisle says she started giving her age when she was 80 because it inspires so many compliments. It was, oh, you look wonderful.
Yes, right.
As opposed to when you don't give your age, people just go, she's 80 if she's a day. She must be ancient. So just give your age.
Tim, that's hilarious. That is like
I love that.
That is so funny. But you're saying 85. I mean, I look at your beautiful mother. I look at that gene pool that you come from.
Maybe I'll be the Centennial Artistic Director. What's great is there are young people singing this music, and we have contests in Colorado with my brother Tim.
Okay, that's fabulous.
And with the Cayman Islands, and we're all New York City schools. There are young people that we get these awards to, and they sing this music. So we are going to have cabaret conventions.
You have to
25, 30
absolutely. Now, do you know Seth Sykes and Nicholas King?
Seth, he's wonderful, and Nicholas.
So tell me they are.
They're young. They're young, and they just have that. They're young and have that feel for this music.
Yes, they have a feel for it.
We have a girl who's 16 going to Celia Cruz High School in the Bronx that this year the cabaret convention sang Midnight Sun brought the house down. 16 and 17-year-olds that are little girls saying don't run my. She's 17, and she loves the way her friends respond when she sings these songs. See, so the peer.
She's passing it along. How do they respond? They love it.
They love it.
They love it.
They come in. They're filling up the balcony at Lincoln Center. Are these kids cheering and going crazy?
Potentially, you're passing the torch.
We are.
Yeah.
So maybe I will do this when I'm 95.
Yeah. There you go. We got her taped saying that she's going to do it. Don't Rain on My Parade, by the way. This guy, Tim, does it. And you just.
Yeah, that's one of my signature songs.
You just want to I want to fly out of wherever I'm sitting.
Tim, you let me know when you're doing that.
I
can see why you love Richard Skipper then. You have that in common.
Yes. Well, I'm a belter. I can belt. Yeah. Or I can sing a love song and bring you to tears. So
we like that. Sidney Meyer does that.
Sidney does, yes.
I make you laugh. That's what I've always wanted to do. When I was in Oklahoma still, I would watch Bette Midler on the Johnny Carson show. And she'd make you cry and then she'd make you laugh.
Yes.
You totally connected to it.
Wanted to do.
Wow.
And Liza Minnelli in the movie of Cabaret.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
Watching those things, I said, I want to do that.
Those emotional performances.
But then they make you laugh too. I want to make people laugh too.
Yeah. To do that, but you can do
my whole thing is I like to make people feel alive.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Make you feel happy. Yeah, that's my thing.
He also does that song though, "Creep" by who did that?
That was Radiohead. Yeah.
Right, Radiohead. So we were talking about
that was the centerpiece of my cabaret show.
Well,
And
Oh my God.
Creep is basically, it's very emotional.
It's
very
totally
emotional
different than what we're talking about music wise, but it just rips you apart the way he does it. I never heard that. I told you I never heard that song done that way before.
Mm-hmm.
That is
was Andrew Sotomayor, my musical director. He's the one that came.
gorgeous.
Andrew's the one that came up with that arrangement, and just kills me. Yeah, I still tear up singing that song
when you think about
Yeah.
it. So, diehard New Yorker forever. What's
Yes, I have my house in the country.
Yes.
My apartment in the country, a front apartment. So I will be here. You know, when you live at Manhattan Plaza, you get into Manhattan
it's
Plaza.
so great.
You don't leave until it's feet
They
first.
take you out feet first.
Exactly.
Before I leave.
Right.
Getting older in New York is a lovely thing. You have places to go, people to see.
Yeah.
Just told somebody this week you can do anything
Yes,
here.
yes. So why don't you
And everything is right outside your door. I love that.
House?
Right.
We've got a couple comments here that I really want to read.
Yes, let's see. We got to read comments. I got
our friend John Jigan Griffin Attil.
We love.
I love this interview. I was your neighbor in Kansas. Was watching your performance at the White House with Reagan. What's that like performing in such venues?
Oh, thank you, John. That's a great question.
Excellent.
Neighbor in Kansas. Now I performed at the St. Louis. What was it? The Kansas. What was it? The Kansas City Rep. I wonder, John. Anyway, I grew up. You're my neighbor because you're from Kansas. I see. Okay, I know now. I'm going to come to Kansas. I love it. Yes,
it's all the same to us.
And,
Oklahoma,
I
Kansas.
the Secret Service makes me nervous. I got to sing that at the White House in 1980. That was that was right. That Curses Kisses commercials the same year, 1980.
I love it.
It was a good year. It was a very good year. Ronald Reagan, I can see why he became president, because he would make you think you're the only person in the room. At the reception after with my parents, he could make you. The Secret Service were like all around, and he was looking at you like this, just talking to you.
How interesting!
It was a gift. Clinton had that gift
to hear that from somebody.
It's a closeness and performing in that outside at the White House and then the reception inside. It was the first big thrill of performing, I must say, with the Air Force Strings and the Marine Corps Band.
Wow, love it! What a year you had that
Judy
year! My
Glazer
God,
was there, and Liz Calloway was there too. A young Liz Calloway.
Oh, Liz, yeah.
Are you kidding?
She was off Broadway at the time. Probably doing that Baby. So she was on the same program with me. It was a great, the first big break, 1980. That's when things started happening. My first trip to New York, my first performing at the White House. Thanks for remembering that, John. That was a great time.
That was, and thank you for bringing that up. My God, Lori Towers. She's a fabulous PR person. This was fabulous. A seasoning of theater in the afternoon. You got it, Lori. And Sue's our amazing design friend under Mr. Harv. That's one of her chihuahuas. And she says hello. She's a wonderful designer. Her costumes will be seen in 50 Shades of Gay. And they are over the top. She's so they're so comical. When our star Icovelli comes out in that costume, any of her costumes, I'd say to him,
"Oh, right,
you don't need to say anything. Just stand on the stage and let people." They're hysterical. There's something about.
She's so creative with her costuming. So
creative. We've surrounded ourselves in a sea of creative people. It did occur to me that, like, I live in a building with a lot of Wall Street and tech people. I'm very different. We've got some other kinds, but we have a lot, Manhattan, not Manhattan Plaza, but the rest of Manhattan.
Yeah, they're working.
Yeah, those are the people that
they're into numbers.
They're numbers people, right? And it's just
they're administrators.
Right. There's the A word.
They're not artistic
directors. They're not artistic. Oh my God, you're so funny. They're not artistic directors. They're administrators. So I really want to get in one more time. KT Sullivan here at Pangea tomorrow night, 7:00. You get here earlier, you can watch her eat. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that. That's obnoxious.
I'm eating afterward.
I was going to say you're going to eat afterward. You don't eat before a show.
No, but I can eat anything except nuts.
Oh yeah, they probably dry you out. They get caught. Yeah, me too.
Dry
it out. But
yeah.
I love to eat before or afterward. But I mean, the two widow ladies are coming tomorrow. We're eating afterward right here. But the young singers apparently see the owner here was Shanigan was
the girls who are going to be up front.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
You
know.
them?
I know. Yeah, the talent here is just amazing. And
good.
we've got the two spaces. We've got up front where you can order dinner, and then of course the back cabaret room. You can also order dinner back there. But Pangea is a very unique.
Do you know who's performing in the front tomorrow?
I forgot their name.
Steve said they're very young,
Yeah.
young girls, a young crowd.
It's
See, isn't that good for our future? It is young. It is happening.
Yes.
Right. It happens because there are young people that like it.
Yes,
well, because of people like you that are out there doing
We
it, and
find
people
it.
like
Yes.
you that are out there
No.
doing it, right?
Now, please, everybody, go to her website at ktsullivan.com. It's right below here.
Yep.
ktsullivan.com and find out everything you want to know about KT.
Hopefully it's a good website.
It's a good website.
Okay, good.
Well,
Delightful guest on
We
you.
have had an we're so grateful that you stopped by. This was absolutely wonderful.
This is beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I love that you're going to be here tomorrow. Oh, and it looks like we just got another comment. Carol Robert, 45. This interview is brightening my day. KT, how wonderful to see and hear the clip of Hello Young Lovers. Exquisite. P.S. It's Vicky.
I think I know who that is. Vicky Stella, great support of cabaret.
Oh, well, thank you for thank you.
Algonquin. Vicky comes by the Algonquin.
Was she the one that
okay.
one of your friends is the one that told me to come last night, and I didn't have enough time. It was a comment on Facebook because I announced.
Nancy Ellen Shore came by with and another friend from San Miguel Allende, a wonderful author named Jennifer Clement, who loves bullfights. She's invited me to a bullfight.
Oh wow!
I haven't seen one in
years.
And it wasn't a pleasant experience.
No, I
rough.
Yeah.
I could raise.
You have more show and tell. Do you have something?
No, I want to wave something red for the bull.
Oh, yeah.
But I want the bull to live. I want the bull to live.
Right. Same here. We want the bull to live.
So it's not my favorite sporting event.
Right.
Yes.
Well, yeah, you can avoid it if you want to.
So.
Yeah, and still be polite. Well, you are delightful. Thank you, everybody who tuned in today.
So very much.
We will be back next week. Tim will be in between cooking turkey for a cast of thousands.
I'll be running back to the kitchen and forth.
And KT will be in Oklahoma. I'll be getting ready to go to Boston. We have a great guest, though, coming on next week all the way from LA, because, we can stream them, too. That's the beauty.
We learned that
we can stream them. Thank you all. Happy Turkey Day. If we don't catch you next week, a wonderful, healthy, happy Thanksgiving to you.
Thank you, KT Sullivan.
Until we meet again. Happy trade.
Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.